Breaking news, Trump and the Epstein files. Here's my take on it. I think Trump knew Epstein, obviously, right? There's footage of them hanging out 20 years ago, and it's no secret. There's pictures. It's documented that they knew each other. Now, were they BFFs? I don't know. I think they were just two rich guys, two buddies that liked women and would hang out. They have things in common that rich people have in common, I guess. Same was happening with Elon Musk, right? There was a bromance going on, and look at it now. Just because you knew the guy and got to hang out with him a time or two, I'm hoping that doesn't mean Trump was involved in some of the nasty shit Epstein was involved in. They're two millionaire buddies that like women. That's what I think was happening back 20, 30 years ago when Trump was hanging out with this guy. Now, the Washington Post just released an article. Apparently, it's a picture of a woman's naked body with tits on it, and in the pubic hair, he signed his name as Donald Trump as the pubes. That's fucking hilarious. You know, I know it's not very presidential, but this was before he was a president. If it's true, right? He's saying that's not him. He's saying that's not his writing. He didn't do the drawing. But if he did, it's hilarious. It sounds like some shit that two buddies would do, you know, two friends. How many of you guys on here, and don't lie, how many of you guys have drawn dick pics for your buddies, right? It's funny, right? Or naked, whatever, you know, inappropriate drawings, we should say. So it's a thing, you know, I think it's a thing guys do, kind of like locker room talk. Obviously, he doesn't want to be associated with Epstein right now, so it's not a good look for him. I don't know how close they were. I think that's the question. But I wonder, even if you talk to the guy, right? If there was no evidence 20, 30 years ago that this guy was doing the shit that they said he was doing, it's like if I have a friend and I hang out with him once in a while and it turns out he's a SO, how does that make me a nasty motherfucker? I think that's what Trump should do. Unless he was involved. Yeah, I used to talk to the guy. I knew him. You know what I mean? I found out he was into that nasty shit, and that's it. I fucking cut all ties. It's like if I have a friend that's doing some nasty shit like that I didn't know of, and then it comes to light that he was into some crazy shit. You know what I mean? I would obviously be disappointed. I would obviously want nothing to do with him. I wouldn't want to be associated with a person like that. So, but I don't think it should affect my character, especially if it's something that I didn't know the other person did. But, you know, that's just my thought. I know the allegations are very serious. I can imagine, you know, all the people with money that are on this Epstein list, and that's probably why they don't want it to get out. And so, you know, it is what it is. At this point, I think they should release it. There's something about being truthful and just spilling the beans. It just feels good. Even if some of that information might not make you look good, I think taking responsibility for your action will make you look good. And I think that's very respectful, especially nowadays, because nowadays a lot of people don't take responsibility. Nowadays, people hide shit and you know, come up with excuses, and it's always someone else's fault. So release them. Release the files. Everyone wants to see it. People are tired of secrecy. People are tired of that shit. People just want to know the truth. It doesn't matter what side it was, who was right or who was wrong. We just want to know the truth. I understand that no one's perfect. You know, everyone has skeletons in their closet. God knows I have skeletons in my closet. But I don't think that makes me a bad person. People just don't want to be bullshit anymore. You know what I mean? People aren't stupid. People are just tired of the BS. I think that's what the people want, transparency. And honestly, he's doing a good job. This president is answering questions every day. Do you guys remember the last guy? Weeks would go by and you wouldn't hear about the president. He was nowhere to be seen. There's already more accountability. There's definitely more transparency. He'll sit there and answer more questions in one interview than Biden did his whole fucking term. But you never hear that. You never hear that from the other side. You never hear any positive things, any props, anything, you know. All you hear is the negative shit. I just truly hope that he wasn't involved into some of that nasty shit. Not only would it break my heart, but I think it would be a devastating blow to the country. I'm rooting for you, Mr. President. Release the files. And whoever's guilty of any crimes, regardless at the level that they might be in, regardless of how much money they have, we need to hold them accountable as well, right? I could agree with you on policy and a lot of things, but if you cross that line and you do something disgusting like the allegations of Epstein, some things that you can't come back from. I hope Trump wasn't involved in any of that nasty shit.